Yes, thank you. Well, hello guys, how are you today? Raul, how are you?
Fine.
Yeah, I think that you may be tired because of these online classes, but I think this is the last micro teaching that you are going to take, so I hope you pay attention because I'm gonna be asking for participation, okay? And I'd like to begin by letting you know the topic of today, which is prepositions. And the aim, can you help me reading, Ellie?
Yes, the aim. The students will identify prepositions that follow verbs and adjectives.
Yes. And we all know that there are many types of prepositions. We have learned about them before. And today we are going to focus on the prepositions that follow verbs or adjectives. For example, afraid of, agree with, and actually these prepositions are known as I'm sorry, also as collocations, and maybe some of you have heard about them before. So the first activity that you are gonna do is I just send you the link. Please enter to the link, and it's a Padlet. You will have to write two prepositions that you know. Whatever you want, you have to write it. This is just to remember the prepositions that we already know. In front, that we agree with, yeah. Along, across, yes. Between, to, back, okay. Another one, around, above, okay. About, yeah. On, yes, at, over, under, yeah. There are many prepositions. Across, on, before, over, on, yes, beyond, in front, outside, before, about. Okay, yes, as you can see, there are many prepositions, but we can categorize them in some types. So today we are going to learn more about it, okay? Can someone help me reading what is a preposition? Ale, please.
A preposition is a word or group of words used before a noun, pronoun, or noun phrase.
I'm sorry.
Or noun phrase to show direction, time, place, location, special relationships, or to introduce an object.
Exactly, as Alejandra read, the preposition is a word that is used before a noun, pronoun, or noun phrase. As you can see on the slide, there are examples that you already wrote on the Padlet. For example, in, on, under, next to, above. I think these are the ones that we learn, so it's really easy. And we are going to check the types of prepositions. For example, there are prepositions of time, of place, like above, across, along, around. Prepositions of time, like about, after, around, or before. There are also prepositions of movement, like across, along, around, away from. And finally, the prepositions that we are going to focus, prepositions following verbs and adjectives. Dirce, can you help me reading?
Yes. Prepositions following verbs and adjectives. Prepositions that always come after a specific verb or an adjective. For example, they are with their parents. The culture of this country is different from mine.
Yes. Well, thank you. As you can see, these prepositions go always with some specific verbs or with some specific adjectives. And the special thing about these prepositions is that there is no a rule that tells you this preposition goes with this type of verbs. No, you have to memorize them. So you have to have a really good memory. These ones are examples. I think that you have heard about them before, like afraid of, famous for, associated with, attracted to, similar to, serious about. This is just for you to remember. Here there are more examples, like get married to, ask for something, argue with someone. For example, we can say get married with or get married about. We have to use the preposition to. Or, for example, can we use agree about? No or yes?
No, I think that no.
No, exactly. We have to use the preposition with. And these are the prepositions that we are going to learn today. The first preposition is about. We use them with verbs like worry, complain, or read, and adjectives like happy or sorry. For example, I'm worried about what is going to happen with the Popocatépetl, for example. Another preposition is at. Wendy, can you help me reading the verbs and the adjectives that goes with the preposition at?
Yes. Arrive a un espacio o un evento. Smile. Look. Employ. Good.
Yes.
The dog is looking at the bird. El perro está mirando.
Yes, thank you so much. Well, we use the preposition at, as Wendy said, with verbs like arrive, smile, or look, and adjectives like employed or good. For example, I'm good at making cookies, for example. Another preposition is from, and we use this preposition with verbs like differ or suffer, and adjectives like different. For example, Ellie, can you tell me an example of the use of from?
I'm from Mexico.
Yes, that is a good example, thank you. Or we can use them, use this preposition. For example, your culture is different from mine. So we are using an adjective and the preposition. The next preposition is for. We use it with verbs like account, allow, and search, and adjectives like good, grateful, and sorry. Christelle, can you tell me an example using this preposition?
In or of or to. What preposition?
For. Yes.
For
For example, uh-huh.
Podría ser I lost my... I don't know.
Don't worry. It's kind of difficult sometimes. Well, an example can be I'm sorry for making you crying. So we are using the adjective sorry, and next to the adjective sorry goes the preposition for. Then we have the preposition in, and Martin, can you help me reading the verbs and the adjectives that goes with the preposition in? Or Danny, please.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The food is still in the oven.
The verbs and the adjectives that goes with in. Okay. We can use the preposition in with verbs like occur, result, and succeed, and the adjectives like disappointed and interested. For example, I'm interested in learning Nahuatl, for example. Then we have the preposition of, and we can use this preposition with verbs like approve, consist, and smell, and adjectives like aware, capable, characteristic, and composed. For example, we have the example, the grass smell of rain. Then we have the preposition to. I think this is one of the most used prepositions, and we use it with verbs like belong, contribute, lead, and refer, and adjectives like grateful, opposed, or similar. For example, my homework is similar to yours. And finally, we have the preposition with. We have to use it with verbs like agree or disagree, argue, deal, and adjectives like disappointed, familiar, and happy. We have the example, they argue with their parents. Any questions or comments?
No.
Okay, thank you. So now, what you have to do is answer the exercise 8 from the Take Rich book in the pages 154 and 155. You have maybe 8 minutes. You have to answer from the question 1 to the question 10. If you have any question, you can ask me, or actually in the page 153 you have the uses of these prepositions. For example, for the question number 3, he succeeded the problem. You have to look for this verb on the list. It's right here, succeed. So we have to use the preposition in, and the answer would be in solving. He succeeded in solving the problem. Okay, so please take your time, answer it, and I'll be waiting for your answers. If you finish, you can raise your hand, please. Thank you, Ellie.
Yeah, I can help you with the number 1. Is Keiko is very angry with her daughter.
Yes, thank you. This is correct. Has anyone answered the question number 2? Fer, can you help me with the number 2?
Yes. I am thinking of selling my old car.
Exactly, that's the answer. And Wendy, can you help me with the number 4?
¿Con la 4 o con la 3?
With the number 4, please, because the number 3 we already answered it.
Sí.
Yes, don't worry.
I am not responsible for what happened.
Yes, exactly. That is the answer. And let's continue with the number 5 to number 10. Okay, Ale, can you help me with the number 5?
Yes, he's quite aware of the problem.
Okay, does someone has another answer? Or you agree with Ale?
Maybe it's the letter A.
Why do you think that is the answer?
He's quite aware with the problem.
Okay. Do you think that is that the answer, guys? If you agree, you can raise your hand. Yes. Yes. Ellie, do you have another answer?
Yes, I have the letter D because he is quite aware of the problem because the problem is a noun, not a person.
Okay. Well, yeah, that is the answer. Even when you say it aloud, you can notice if this sounds kind of weird when you use the incorrect answer. So if you are not sure about the answer, you can just read it aloud. Do you have, well, can someone help me with the number 6? Maybe David?
Okay. I am not interested in politics.
Exactly, yes. That is the answer. Mariana, can you help me with number 7?
Yes. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there.
Exactly, yes. this was a really easy one. And someone else for reading the number 8. Jamie, please.
It depends on your test scores.
Yes. Thank you so much. Another one for the number 9.
They borrowed 10,000 from the bank.
Exactly, yes. And we can end with the number 10. Rayito, please.
Their educational system is different from ours.
Exactly, because after different we have to use from. And thank you so much. We have to answer this pretty short quiz. Here is. If you want to answer the question, just turn on your microphone and you can answer. I agree. These days have been so stressing. With exactly. Okay. There are just 5 questions, so it's gonna be really quickly. I'm sorry going out with your girlfriend. About, yes. The next. I'm interested learning Nahuatl. In. Yeah, great. Then your homework is similar from your classmates. Two. Okay, let's see. Yes. And finally, I'm tired making my lesson plan. From? Okay. Yes. Well, that's it. I hope it was clearly to you. So that's it. Or do you have any question or comments?
No.
Okay. So that's the ending. Thank you.
Excellent, Evelyn. Thank you very much. All right.